And now, back to PTR Radio.
I made a little list of some of the things that you discuss. Bestiality, abortion, AIDS, Irishmen who drink, nuns, premature ejaculation, breastfeeding, and farts.
This is PTR Radio.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of PTR Radio here on the fabulous interweb. And you know what? I picked that opening just at random, and then I forgot that I just had lunch today with the pastor of my church, and he said, "I never see you go live on Facebook." You know?
Oh,
and I'm like, that's probably because you're not, because he knows I do a podcast. I'm like, that's because you don't, follow the radio show itself. So he then asked me what it is. And he goes, okay, so now I'll get an alert, right? I'm like, yeah. So now you will. So, hi, John.
Oh, boy. Good job.
So I guess my days of hosting at the church are over.
Yeah.
Oh, well. So, welcome, everybody. If you're new to the show, this is what it is. It's us talking about whatever comes to mind, making fools of ourselves, and during the last 15 minutes of the show, we will talk about a movie that was recommended to us by Netflix, Tubi, Amazon, Peacock, whatever streaming platforms we come across, Paramount Plus, whatever we all have. So, and we will tell you whether it's worth watching or not worth the digital footprint it takes up. So, that's the best way that I can bring it up right now. So, but we were talking before the show, and there's just no news going on. It is nothing happening around the world worth talking about.
Well, there's nothing worth us talking about.
Yeah, true.
Because, excuse me, I mean, there's plenty of things going on.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is we all like each other too much to discuss them.
Yeah.
Because the reality is at least 2/3 of us are going to disagree with the other third. And that's 78% of the time, that's 95% correct.
Yeah. And 100% of statistics are made up.
Yes.
So, and it's not because, and realistically, this was part of the conversation at lunch today. I'm like, I don't talk politics especially at church. I'm like, because best case scenario, you're only making 50% of the people upset.
True.
So, my parents always said, don't talk about sex, religion, or politics. You can add money into there too, but usually it's wrapped up in one of the other three. And that's a pretty good rule for life. At least I think so.
At the very least, it'll keep you from being called to HR.
Yeah, true.
Yes.
Very true.
So, as you see, I'm in a different spot than usual. I decided to go upstairs. What I forgot is that, actually, I can do that. So, right above my head, yeah, that's a musical clock. So, as soon as the show started, it started chiming, so I had to mute myself. Otherwise, everybody would be hearing the clock.
I thought you did that because of the dogs.
I originally did that for the dogs, but they quieted before the intro ended.
Okay.
And the clock started.
Okay. All right. I get you. So, for those of you that saw our last show, you'll notice a slight change. Now, granted, it's had like a week. Let's see here. Valentine's Day was what? Last Thursday? Something like that?
Wasn't it? It was Friday.
Last Friday. So on the last show you saw me, which was on the 10th, I had a pretty, thick beard, right? It had finally grown in. And, that took me like almost 3 months, but my wife hated it. My daughter hated it. And weirdly enough, people at work said that I looked younger with it. Which is bizarre. And so I thought, you know what? For Valentine's Day, I'm going to shave it off. because it was honestly making sleeping with my CPAP more difficult. And kind of the kicker was I looked at younger pictures of my dad and current pictures of myself and said, wow, we really look alike. I need to change this. So, and to me, I looked older. But luckily for you guys, I did the thing that most people do, which is where I shaved it off in stages. So, there are...
If you're going to do it, you might as well.
Yeah, well, because I'm probably not going to grow it back out anytime soon. So, you have to have fun with it when you do it. So, I realize I didn't send all... Well, I can probably get them on photos now. But yeah, so, good news for you guys. I have some of those pictures available. Now, you guys aren't interested in seeing any of those, are you? I mean, that would just be silly, right? I mean...
You're going to show us anyway, so I might as well pretend that I don't want to.
Oops, not photos.walmart.
I'm going to disconnect and never talk to you again.
So...
more of your beard, not your merkin, so
yeah,
it's all good.
Okay, so here is the so here's what it looked like to begin with. Okay. So fairly representative, and then we went just goatee, which honestly I have had one before. Then I went with the Van Dyke, which is mustache and soul patch. And then there was, I'm going to switch back here because I want to get to the better versions of this one. And then I went to just mustache in what I call the Mario.
That's a look. That is the look right there.
This is now my profile picture for my work account. So, and it's going to stay that way.
Okay.
So, and of course, then the next one, the inevitable next one was the Charlie Chaplin, we'll call it.
Okay.
So, and that's pretty much the end of the hair escapades. But yeah.
Okay.
So, but I thought that those were pretty decent iterations.
Let's say, like, every once in a while, I'll start to either if I'm feeling sick or just something's not feeling all right, something starts to itch or whatever, I'll shave it down. Now, the last time I shaved here and just left the Hulk Hogan, like the Fu Manchu.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I came out of the bathroom and Kim was like, "No, you didn't. Go, get the rest of the no." Like she was ready to murder me, and I don't know exactly why, but okay.
Well, if I remember right, you were told not to be clean shaven for your wedding. Is that correct?
That is correct. I was told not to shave the day of the wedding, to have a little bit of stubble for two reasons. One, at the time when I shaved, I would get like red patches or bumps. So we didn't want that on the day of. But also, she didn't want me looking younger than her.
Okay.
Because, as you may know, there is a lot of gray happening here. So when I shave, I look younger.
Mm-hmm.
Because the gray is gone.
Yeah. So yeah. So, I mean, tonight I'll shave off again because it's, again to that point where I need to. But, in general, it's like, okay, I wanted to try it to see what it was like. It was an experience. And, not going to happen again for a good long time. And of course, so like I said, I did it for Valentine's Day. As soon as she gets home and she notices, she's like, well, why'd you shave? I'm like, you said you hated it. And she's like, well, but you don't have to do everything I don't like. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean you have to change it.
That's why I did it for Valentine's Day, the day we're supposed to do that.
Yeah, I'm like, she's like, well, are you going to grow it back? I'm like, no, you don't like it. Why would I do that? That would be silly. besides that, it wasn't my favorite look. It was a look, that's for sure, but not my favorite. So, I'm just lazy, and sometimes I don't like to shave. So I get to this point, and then it irritates me. So, Colin, I don't think I've ever seen you with a beard.
No, I don't. Family does beards. I don't. But you see my brother-in-law. He's very bearded. But now, what I can tell from seeing the color of the fuzz that's in my razor. I assume that there is a lot of gray here, but I don't know for sure. There's nothing up here.
Yeah.
I have exactly 3 white hairs. I think it's 3 that I've had since birth.
Mm.
And, well, my old woman who used to cut my hair a long time ago, she used to keep finding them and thinking, oh, here's a gray hair. Like, nope, there's a white, and they've always been.
Mm.
And you always find them.
So, anyway, last night, I pulled out a game that I forgot that I got for Christmas, and it's actually a box set. It's the Blockbuster box set. And it's kind of a fun game. There's 3 like VHS style games in here. There's the original, there's the expansion pack, and then there's the 2-player edition. And what I found out was the game itself is okay to play, but you definitely have to play with people that watch movies. Because we were playing this with my daughter and my oldest grandson, and they don't watch movies because they're under 30. But myself, my sister-in-law, and my wife were doing pretty good because we didn't grow up with the internet, so we had movies to watch. But what was most fun was to start off every round, you do what's called a head-to-head competition. And it reminded me of a game that we used to play where we went around in a circle, and if you couldn't come up with an answer, you were out, and the last person to survive wins. So we did it with like songs with a fruit in the title, or bands that started with whatever.
I think I remember playing that.
Yeah. So these head-to-head games are kind of in that same thing. So let's go ahead and start with one, and we'll see how we do. All right? Movies, and we'll just go me, Colin, Mike. How about that? Okay?
Counterclockwise.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Counterclockwise.
So, movies with ghosts. I'll start with Ghostbusters. Colin?
Do we do sequels?
No sequels.
Okay, good. So just let's go ahead
and by the way, if we get to one with where it starts with the letter the doesn't count. Okay. So all right. So what'd you say?
I'm sorry. Are we still on C?
We're still on movies with ghosts. Movies with ghosts.
Just movies of ghosts. There's no. Sorry, I got okay. Oh, Casper.
Casper. Okay.
Odd Thomas.
13 Ghosts.
Ghost. Just get out of the way.
Haunted Mansion.
Oh, dang it. I was going to say that. Dang it. I think I'm out. Colin?
Poltergeist.
Good one. Beetlejuice.
Ooh, good. Nice. Dang it! My mind keeps going to try and do a Wonderful Life. That's a ghost. That's an angel. Why am I going blank? Oh, Lord of the Rings.
Angels in the Outfield.
There's a ghost in there? Okay.
Well,
lots of angels.
Well, okay, so I'm playing it loose and fast because angels are technically kind of ghosts. I mean, they're dead.
That's why I didn't do. That's why I didn't do Wonderful Life.
Okay, so we're not going to count that.
No,
Scooby-Doo.
No, Shaggy. I think. Yes, good. Yours goes there. Sweet Little Dreams.
I think I'm out.
Okay. Colin, you got one more?
Star Wars.
I don't know why you didn't say A Christmas Carol.
Or Scrooged.
Colin, that's your favorite movie.
I actually did have it on the list, but I was going to Star Wars first.
Okay. Okay. Well, Colin, you win, so you get to go first this next round. All right.
Wonderful.
Movies beginning with S.
Oh, just movies the begin of S? Okay.
Yes.
Superman.
Star Wars.
Spaceballs.
For some reason, is there a movie called Supernatural?
There's a TV show.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a movie.
No, that's a TV show. That's right. That's probably what that is. I mean, there's probably a ton of them that are like Sweet 16, but no, that's P. I'm trying not to use any of the tons of Mystery Science Theater movies that are slightly off versions of Star Wars.
Use them. They're not sequels. Use them.
Okay, well, there was a Super Trooper.
Okay, there you go. That's good.
Super Troopers was actually, that was
one we reviewed.
Oh, I forgot we did that.
Solaris.
Yes.
What'd you say?
Yes. Did we? Solaris.
That's a good one. Super Fast. We reviewed that movie too.
Oh, Super Bad.
Super Fly.
Speed.
Six Monkeys.
Monkeys.
Mm-hmm. I think it was six.
Six Monkeys?
Is it Six Monkeys? Or is it somebody else?
With Bruce Willis and...
How many monkeys was that?
12.
12?
No,
12 monkeys. You're right.
Oh, okay.
But there really was a six monkey. I could probably do any number of any animals. And probably,
yeah.
But yes, you're right. It's 12 monkeys. I knew it was wrong. Yeah, okay.
Challenge!
What?
Go ahead. He said challenge.
Challenged
okay.
it.
So you give up?
All right.
Oh, yeah. Just see it again. Yeah, no, I got it wrong, so I just challenged.
Okay. Go ahead, Mike. You're next.
Smokey and the Bandit.
Sharknado.
Sky High.
Six Pack.
Sheena. Warrior Princess.
Sahara.
I'm out.
Solar Babies.
Solar Babies would have been a good one, yeah. All right. All right, you win.
All right.
I got to win this one a tie.
All right. Let's go. Movies with a one-word title. I'm going to say Twister.
Lori.
Speed.
Dumbo.
Red.
Sahara.
Side Out. It's hyphenated, but it is one word.
Poltergeist.
Youngblood.
Goonies.
No.
What? Goonies is
Challenge.
a word? What? You don't think Goonies is one word?
I think the title is The Goonies.
Yeah, but I had said starts with a
You
letter.
said it didn't have to start, but because the is part of the title, that's 2 words.
Okay, fine.
You
I'll
said it
abdicate.
can't start with T.
I'll abdicate. Fine. So it's up to Colin next. One word movies, Colin.
Sleuth.
Cinderella.
Heist.
Heist.
Gene Hackman.
Yeah.
Oh, crap. What's the... Scarface.
Hold it.
Ronin? Is that a movie?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Unfortunately, that was the next one in my mind. So now I'm... let's see. Oh. Scoob.
Rakin.
Rake?
Mm-hmm.
As in...
Oh, breaking. Yes.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. I heard raking.
That's
is
the
like,
worst. That's the worst dance ever.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah. I'm done there.
Okay.
I can
So
write notes.
Mike wins.
Yep.
Others that we would have accepted: Pixels, Jaws, Shrek, Joker, Halloween, Titanic, Psycho, Platoon,
Crashing.
Rocky, Aladdin, Patton, Alien,
Oh, dang. I meant to go back and do all...
all the Disneys.
I was going to go back and do all the Disney movies. There's Twisted, Brave. There's a whole ton of there.
Mulan.
Yeah. But I forgot to go back. That was my plan, and then I completely forgot my plan.
But yeah, I mean those are like the head to heads, and these are the I found these to be the fun ones. Let's see here. Let's see if we can do. Oh, here you go, Mike. Movies that are musicals. I'm sure you would do great on that one. Although this is one that I struggled with. Movies in a foreign language. I don't watch them.
I know 2. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
The girl with the dragon tattoo?
Oh, actually, because I didn't realize that was in a foreign language to start. What was it one? Like House of 1,000 Daggers? What was the other one? No.
Mm.
There was something that came out right around the same time as Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. But then I get into all like the disaster or the murder porn kind of stuff, like Ichi the Killer. That remember listener Oida Drama back in the NHB days. He got me started on that stupid crap.
Shaggy, what was the actual wording on that question?
It was movies in a foreign language.
Yeah, that's way too open of a category.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
I
was
could
gonna
argue
say,
like every single movie is in a foreign language.
I suppose we could say that, like, Anna and the Apocalypse is in a foreign language because, well, it's British. And it's a musical.
All the Disney movies are just... all the Disney movies are just redone in other languages. That is why famously The Rock recorded I Am Groot in every single language in the world.
Here's another one. We can do this one.
Not The Rock, sorry.
Vin Diesel.
That's
That's all right.
That's Vin Diesel.
He's the Rock.
Vin
Jr.
Diesel, The Rock. Same.
He's mini the Rock.
Pebble.
Movies set in a school. Mike, you can start.
Movie set in a school?
Yes.
Way too many of our catalog of bad movies we've watched.
School Ties?
Good one. Toy Soldiers. Colin?
What was it? Dream Little Dream?
Work?
Teen Wolf.
Mm-hmm. I will go with honors.
To what percentage? I mean, like so much of
that's.
the story
I was thinking
is in
about
school.
that because like Teen Wolf really.
Okay,
wasn't
fine.
all in-
Finding Forrester. Will that work? Major plot point.
No,
of the
no,
school.
no. I'm not
Oh.
taking away your.
Yeah.
It's. This is a fair question. Like if there's a movie and it has one scene that takes place in a classroom.
Well, yeah, but did it have? I would say, did the school play a pivotal part in the movie?
Okay.
You know,
That's what I say. Like I'd say, like A Christmas Story. A huge part of that is
The school
the
playground.
school. So
Yeah.
Right. Bad Teacher.
Rock and Roll High School. It's an older movie. Colin?
what is that terrible series? It's High School Musical.
Grease.
Oh, damn it. I was going to say that too. Uh,
I was going to mess you up by saying Grease 2 and going right to the sequel, which
Oh, yeah.
you said we couldn't do sequels, but
if you start
what
with
if I
the
said
sequel.
the sequel instead?
Yeah. No, I got you.
Grease 2 was arguably better than Grease, but
Hiding Out.
good one.
What is the name of that? I could assume 16 Candles is one in school, but that's not the one I'm going to.
No, but 16 Candles counts.
Yeah, no, but go on. I'm just trying to.
You're thinking of The Breakfast Club.
There you go. So it's taken care of.
I was going to go one or the other. Whichever one you went with, I was going with the other one.
Okay.
That's the one where they're all in detention, right?
So you went with Breakfast Club and you went with 16 Candles, Mike, is that it?
It doesn't
Vice
matter. One
versa,
of us
but
did
okay.
each of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with
I did
Lean On.
16 Candles.
I'm going to go with Lean On Me. Colin, you're up next.
I mean, it's quite possibly my least favorite genre of film. So, Sky High.
Freedom Writers.
Wildcats.
That's a good one.
Trying to think, does the Amazing Spider-Man, the original Tobey Maguire? There's several school scenes in that.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
We'll take it. Mike, you're up.
In high school. Friday Night Lights.
Varsity Blues.
Yeah, I'm going to stop there. I could probably sit here and think of another one.
Bring It On.
High School High.
Heathers.
Oh, damn it. I was going to say that one. We already said Dream a Little Dream. License to Drive.
Weird Science.
Yeah. My Science Project.
Kindergarten Cop.
Revenge of the Nerds.
Although that's, are we counting college?
School. It's a school. Tell me a college is not a school.
Real genius. Okay. You want to play college? Okay.
I mean, I kept discarding them in my head because they were college and didn't go with it. So, yeah. But that's fine.
Necessary roughness.
All right. I'm out.
Back to school.
So here's the others that I thought of.
Uh-huh.
Mean Girls.
Okay, yeah.
Never Been Kissed.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then one of the greatest movies of all time that also was set in a high school. Back to the Future.
Ah!
And Clueless. I forgot about Clueless.
Yep. On the one-word movies, I'm surprised you guys didn't say Clue.
Who guys?
You two. You were going back and forth with one-word movie. Clue. That was one that I was thinking of. So, all right, but that's kind of fun, right? Like I said, we had more fun with these than we did with the rest of the stuff. Because the rest of them, you pick 3 cards, and then you either have to act it, quote it, or say it in one word. Out of your 3 cards, you got to pick which one you're going to act, which one you're going to quote, and which ones you're going to do in one word.
Oh God, this is it's like a board game version of F, Marry, Kill.
Yeah, pretty much. And when your partner doesn't know any movies, it's very difficult for them to do any of those things.
Yeah.
So,
so while we're talking about movies, the Hallmark Channel. This is the only thing that was on the white sheet, basically.
Yeah.
The Hallmark Channel they have crossed the line.
Yes.
And I think we need to boycott the Hallmark Channel. I had to double check and make sure that this is a legit Hallmark movie, and it is.
It is.
It's called Return to Office.
Mm-hmm.
Stop. No, we have to do everything in our power to not romanticize this friggin' trend, okay?
Yeah. Summary. After making the return to office on a hybrid schedule, 2 coworkers known to each other only as Miss Monday and Mr. Tuesday start sending friendly notes sparking an office romance. First of all, HR should nip that in the bud right away. All right? You can't do that. All right? I can't tell a female coworker that they look nice today. All right?
Jackie, you can't tell a female worker you look great. You can't ask them, have you lost weight?
No.
Because that might imply that you don't know if they have an eating disorder.
No.
You don't know if they're suffering some incurable disease that's causing weight loss. And you could offend them. So you can't even ask them a question like that.
I don't know if they're sensitive about their weight in the first place.
I learned this because I took a class, not because I got in trouble for it. I learned this because I had to take a mandatory class that everybody had to take.
Mm-hmm.
I said, you got to be kidding me.
Yep.
So I'm not talking to anybody. It's bad enough I got to worry about getting your pronouns wrong. But now I got to worry about offending you because of something I don't know about you?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't talking.
So yeah, this is just, no, we're not going to romanticize return to work.
And the whole idea that these people are returning to work, like, okay, so the more I read about it, the more I think that this is like an office-based version of the lake house.
Yeah.
Where they're leaving notes for each other, like in the drawer of the desk that they both occupy.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And the drawer is synonymous to the mailbox at the lake house.
Yeah.
There's
I think
no time travel involved.
Yeah. I think instead, Hallmark should concentrate on a remote work-centric love story. A la Sleepless in Seattle.
Zooming for love.
Zooming toward love.
There you, dude, it writes itself.
Yeah.
Come on.
And it's where both of them work remotely in, different departments, and he just accidentally instant messages her because he spelled the name wrong. And suddenly now they've hit up this friendship over instant messenger, but because they don't have any meetings together, there's no need to actually face-to-face video each other.
No. See, you're not thinking like a Hallmark disciple here. All right.
Okay.
They formed this relationship over Zoom, not realizing that they work in the same building.
Well, yeah, that could work too. Well, no.
And they have chance encounters without
knowing it?
Having chance encounters kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. That could work too.
Well,
Mike, you're thinking too small. We could do 2 different movies.
Well, of course. Because this is Hallmark. They have to do 17 a week.
We can make a whole franchise out of this concept.
We could. You think we could get sponsorship from Zoom?
Oh, I bet we could. Oh, actually, I bet Microsoft Teams would more than happily pay for this. All right. They want some more market share. All right. We could call it Teaming Up for Love.
I just said, once you gone through the entire genre of this category, then you just start over from the beginning because no one's going to remember it ever started anywhere anyway.
So,
I think we need to hit the writing. This could be our retirement plan, dude.
Yeah, we use the Hallmark movie generator with a few additions, and boom, we throw out a script. They'll make it in less than a month, and it could be ready for Christmas.
Heartbreak.
Oh, wait.
Of a broken camera.
Is Hallmark still paying for scripts, or do they just have AI generate all the scripts for them now?
I don't know, but I bet we could.
Do you see anyone in real life actually drinking Keystone Light? I might be AI. You don't know. You don't know. He's typing up a script already. Look at him.
I'm having Gemini write me a script.
Oh, dear Lord. Here we go.
Oh, man, this is great. Hallmark movie, Work from Heart. A Sleepless in Seattle for the Remote Age.
Oh, my Lord. Okay.
Ethan, a talented architect, lost his wife a few years ago and is now raising his bright and energetic daughter, Lila, alone. He works remotely for a high-pressure firm, juggling deadlines with school pickups and bedtime stories. Lila misses having a mom and, inspired by the classic movie Sleepless in Seattle, calls into a popular podcast, Heart to Heart, hosted by empathic and charming Amelia. Lila's heartfelt wish for a new mom resonates with listeners across the country. Okay, well, this isn't. The segment goes viral. Listeners are captivated by the idea of this long-distance connection, and social media explodes with the hashtag Find Ethan a Mom. And hashtag Amelia and Ethan hashtag. A series of chance virtual encounters ensue, a shared online bookstore recommendation, a virtual town hall meeting, and a...
Okay,
yeah, this went too far. This went too far afield. No, I want this to be where they both work for the same company, but in different locations. See, sometimes Gemini, you got to get him. Oh, the Hallmark movie Control Alt Love. Come on now.
Control Alt Love. Oh.
You need to get some You Got Mail in there as well.
2 rival project managers at the same tech company, one in Seattle and the other in Vermont, find their professional animosity melting into something more when their late-night virtual collaboration sparks an unexpected connection.
Okay.
Wait. I actually have an idea.
Okay.
Which is surprising for this kind of genre. So, years ago, there was a movie, I think it was called Shop Around the Corner. It was You've Got Mail, the original You've Got Mail, but it was about, pen pals at the time. Actual written stamp sent out letter.
Uh-huh.
And then they came up
Was
with
this
You
the one
Got
about
Mail.
bookstores or something?
Yes.
No. Okay.
And then, and so then they did You've Got Mail, right, with Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan, because they updated it to email. So, I mean, that was late, is that late 90s, or is that, anyway. Point is, now we're here, 2025, right? Now we need to update it again. So we need, a social media rewrite of Shop Around the Corner.
Okay.
Successful before. We
There's-
just need to find a new Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan to be the lead.
I think we have them. That's our Glenn and Sydney from, what was that one that we reviewed? Sydney Sweeney and Glenn, what was his name? Not Hitman. It was the guy from Hitman. I can't be the only one that remembers this movie.
I don't know. Right now, it sounds like you are.
Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell, they were in Anyone But You. Did we not rate that one? Did I just watch that one by myself? I guess I did. Okay.
Okay, so big news. Here's the box art for Control Alt Love.
One Hoffentor Romano Figgin Stings
Well,
our movie.
It's not perfect, but it's close. It's better than nothing so far.
Overworked. It's either Romaine. Did you throw something in there? Have the Swedish chef write this script?
Well, it's also by Hallmark. It's not Hallmark. So Hallmark. Well, we have to sell it to the overseas audience first, Mike. If we can get that.
Oh, well, okay.
Hey, you know what's funny? I watched a series called Real Stories of Sin City ER, and the only place I could find it was on Russian TLC. So,
Wow.
it only lasted for 4 episodes, but Russian TLC was the only place that they had it. All right. I think it's time to get into our movie review of a real movie that was actually made with real money.
Colin's head's ready to explode.
Well, actually, Colin has 2 movies to review.
It's my movies to review. I got 2 to do.
So we'll let Colin go first with his backlog movie review.
Oh, backlog movie reviews. It's going to be short. Yeah, I finally got 2 can watch.
2 can.
So yes, that just put the puke in with your next to yours. Oh my god, yeah. Oh, see, here's my thing about that. 'Cause I'm not going to go through the full spiel on that because I've already done on the episode that I was sick. Missed because I was sick, not because I came on the show and threw up everywhere. Because that's because I didn't watch that movie at the time. But I am a huge fan of parody movies. Anything that Mel Brooks made, the original Airplane movies before they got old. I forget what their names are. The Zuckerberg? Anyway. No.
Zemeckis.
No.
Yes.
No, the Zucker Brothers.
Oh, okay.
It's the Zucker Brothers.
Okay.
Because we saw one of the more recent ones, which was that one about George W. Bush or something. I forget that. Yeah, that was awful. Anyway, those movies always were funny, and they always made sure that they had an actual good plot. Right? They had to act as a good movie first, and then they had to be a good parody of something. There was no part of Toucan that had any reason to exist. So, therefore, yes, definitely puke. Now, the movies that we actually reviewed this time, I'm just checking the sheets real quick just to make sure I have the actual name of the movie correct. Yeah, Dream a Little Dream.
Mm-hmm.
So, I generally don't like high school type movies, okay? This movie came out, I believe, was it 89? Like that. So this is, for Shaggy and myself, this is almost, but not really quite a decade before our actual high school time. I mean, I graduated in 96. So if this was like 89, then this is like 7 years before I graduated high school, somewhere around there. I don't know. The numbers don't matter. Anyway, point is, this is actually a movie that would have been out when we were in school. And it is not a movie that I would have watched at that time of life, because this is not the kind of movie that I'd like to watch. The thing about this movie, okay, so this movie is, you have this old guy who's like a sleep researcher. And for the younger people, there actually was a whole bunch of movies around this time that were about various sleep things. It was a big topic at the time, of people like going into other people's minds and sleep and dreaming anyway. It was a thing at the time. I don't know why. It was bad. Anyway, he's a sleep researcher, and he thinks that if he can, like, sync his alpha waves correctly with his wife, that they can somehow go into a dream world and live forever together, or something. I don't. It was very clear that whoever wrote this, especially that part of it, was themselves medically enhanced at the time that they wrote this. Because this is obviously a script written by people who think that Cheech and Chong were not smoking enough marijuana. So anyway, yeah, they're trying to sync it, and then these other two people, like, at the same time that they're doing like Tai Chi in their backyard, trying to sync their alpha rhythms, the two other people run into each other, and somehow because of this, two of them disappear, but their minds take over but the mind of one takes over the body of one of the young guys. I actually went back and watched that opening scene twice to see if I could figure out what the hell was going on, and I just could not figure it out. But this is a 2-hour-long movie of just everything that could make me be in hell. Because it's a movie about slackers, who are just taking lots of drugs in high school. And I, in high school, was not that. Not saying I wasn't a slacker, but I was on the nerd side of slacker, the kind of person who got their way through high school without really doing any effort because I didn't need to. I took the tests, I passed the tests, I ended up in the National Honor Society, and sometimes I did my homework. That was me in high school. Not in this bumbling world of taking drugs and talking to other people. I don't really talk to people. So anyway, it's just I don't understand these people. There's a scene in this movie because I'm sorry. So the old guy is like in a high school guy's body, trying to somehow save his wife. But spoiler alert, he doesn't actually need to because it was a lie. The entire movie is a waste of time. I'm sorry, it's a complete and utter waste of time. None of it meant anything. And there's a scene where he says where the old guy says to the young guy, yeah, I don't do a good job of playing a kid. I'm like, well, that's because when you were a kid, you were not that type of kid. It has nothing to do with him being old and the other guy being a kid. It has everything to do with the kid is a moron who has no life. And you, obviously, when you were a kid, had a life. And so I'm just watching this movie. I don't care about this. I am the old guy. When I was in high school, I was the old guy. And so I'm watching myself be the kid and just wanting this movie to end, but it's 2 hours long. It just keeps going and going and going. I don't know why it's happening. And it looks like it was filmed on a camcorder because I looked it up. It was shot on film. It doesn't look like it because I don't think anyone's done a new copy of it since it came out. The opening of it looks like a Seinfeld episode because people are like, talk, 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 do, 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 talk, 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 do, 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 do. It's like, what the hell is this? It probably somebody's favorite movie, and it probably means a lot to them. And they probably would look at this and go, "Oh yeah, that's a Schneikes or good." But to me, I almost want to kill it with fire, but I'm going to give it a puke just because I never ever want to watch it.
Okay.
Ever.
All right, Mike, you want to go next?
Sure, I'll go next. So, this was one of the movies I remember from my youth that I think everyone watched just because it had the two Corys. Corey Feldman and Corey Haim. Right? Yeah.
Haim.
Shamil Shamazal, Hassan Pfeffer Incorporated, whatever. I recall this being a real movie, like having a theatrical release and all of that. So, and I don't know, I may have seen it in the movies. So I don't know if it should have been disqualified or not, but hey, too late now. Reach the ultimate dream state and you could live forever. Oof. That is a real Michael Jackson theory right there and can only be achieved by a propofol. The good old days of girls wearing high-cut leotards and spandex tights. God bless the aerobics jazzercise days of my high school youth. And then there's the Freaky Friday twist with the side plot of a quest to find his wife's chakra or some shit like that or whatever. It only took 53 minutes in this movie for the Michael Jackson version of Corey Feldman to show up. Coincides with the first appearance of the most popular part of this movie, which is the song Rock On, which I remember being very popular. The scene I remember most about this movie, Corey is dancing like he is Michael Jackson. It's very sad that 30 years later, he still does this exact routine to open up any stage performance that he does, or when he's acting as the hype man for Limp Bizkit. Somewhere now, Harry Dean Stanton's character, the cigarettes he's smoking must have a little bit of that wacky tobacco or a little of the Chiba in there, because he's buying into this whole brain swap thing and even calling Feldman by Robard's name. And listen, all right, I'm giving this a smirk for no other reason than it's a little trip down memory lane for me. This is one of those two Corey movies from a time in the world when things were less complicated. And wait a second. Did the world actually start going to total shit when Corey Haim died? Is it possible that Corey was our world's anchor being? And now our timeline is corrupt, has been slowly degrading ever since he died? I want to let you ponder that while Shaggy gives his commentary on this movie.
So, like Mike, this is a pleasant, well, like Mike to a degree, and completely opposite to Colin. This was a very pleasant trip down memory lane. I loved this movie growing up, And I had no coordination whatsoever, but I wanted to learn to dance like Corey Feldman because I thought he was cool. That's when my fascination with hats started. This was a time when, I don't know about sleep-centric movies, but definitely when body swap-centric movies were at their apex. Okay? Now, granted, this first one, not a body swap movie, but big. You had Tom Hanks, who overnight grew into an adult. Then you had 18 again with George Burns. Great movie. Then you had Vice Versa with Judge Reinhold. Not a great movie. Then you had this. Then you had Like Father, Like Son with Arthur. And so, Dudley Moore. Again, not a great movie, but we don't have, other than the latest Freaky Friday remake, I don't think we've had a good body swap. And maybe that other one with, what's his name in it, who's always himself. But this time he played a murderous guy who swapped places with a teenage girl. I think it was also called like Freaky or something. I don't know. It's some horror film.
Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn, yeah. I don't think we've had a good body swap movie in a long time. And it's time to bring the genre back. So I enjoy Dream a Little Dream. I think it's a fun little romp. Even if Siskel and Ebert said that it was the one example where, Harry Dean Stanton can do a bad movie. Because originally they said, Roger Ebert said, if a movie has Harry Dean Stanton in it, it can't be bad. And then this movie came out. And he changed his note, his quote. But I politely disagree. I think it's a fun movie. I think it's got some good notes in it. I think that for as high as the main characters were during filming, they did an extremely good job because this was at their height of their cocaine use for both of them. So I'm surprised at how well it turned out. And I am going to give this a smile. It does not merit a Schneikes, but it is a fun romp. And that high with no nudity is pretty good by me.
Well, I actually can answer Gene Siskel's problem with this movie, of how it actually, Harry Dean Stanton. The answer is, it actually is not Harry Dean Stanton in this movie. It's actually Joaquin Phoenix, who time traveled back in time while he was making Joker, and made that movie in the past.
And by the way, just so that people are aware, we have reviewed, just in our Google Sheets, since we've been keeping track in Google Sheets, 313 movies. That's how long that's how big of a track we've had. And I went through yesterday and made sure that we had links for all of the movies in our sheet. So, everything. So I'm going to be working very shortly on getting those posted to the website in a way that people will be able to search and look at all of our rankings. So, all right, but Mike,
so as far as high school movies go, or is that high school? Anyway, I love the Goonies, and if it's approaching the Goonies, then I'll probably like it. But a lot of these other movies,
all right, Mike,
not for me.
What do you say?
All right, so I am on deck for this one.
Mm-hmm.
We're at 159.
Okay, how about 18?
What? Oh, well. Hold on. Unavailable on ad-supported plan due to light. Hold on a minute.
What was the movie?
Let me see something to make sure. Oh, no. Okay. I'm okay. I wasn't logged in. It's called One More Shot, which is an action movie. That's all I can tell you. Based off of the suggestions.
So is it Netflix?
Yes, it's Netflix.
So it is One More Shot shows us racing against the clock. A Navy SEAL fights his way through an airport siege.
He just needs a moment.
Through an airport siege to protect the one man who can stop a potentially catastrophic explosion.
Oh, come on! Really?
What?
Genres. British.
No, wait, what's the name of it?
One More Shot.
It's disqualified.
Why?
It's a sequel. That's why it's called One More Shot.
So what's the original called? What, More
One
Shot?
Shot.
One Shot? Okay, so is One Shot available? Okay, One Shot is not available there. One Shot was a 2021. Let's see here. I don't see it available anywhere. Oh, watch it. Oh, nope. It's only available for purchase. Okay. All right. Next one, 46.
46. What in the hell? Just Before I Go.
Oh,
Really?
This
the one
is
with Stifler.
It was Stifler, yeah.
Things take a quirky turn for a suicidal man who decides to return to his hometown to make amends and settle scores in this dark comedy. So this sounds an awful lot like a short version of My Name is Earl.
I don't know.
Without the lottery.
But it should be interesting.
Okay.
I like Sean William Scott. I think he's doing a heck of a job on his new TV show. So, and we liked him in Goon. So,
I like Sean William Scott too, but
you know.
Oh, and Olivia Thirlby,
Yeah,
in this as well. Okay.
And Kate Walsh. So, all right.
Now, so I will say that One Shot movie or One More Shot does look interesting because it's all edited together, like it's one continuous take for the entire movie.
Yeah.
So I would like to find it and watch it.
Okay. Well, we will do that at some point. But until then, we are at the end of the show. And so that means it's time to say goodbye. So, folks, you've been watching PTR Radio. If you like the show, please make sure to tell all your friends about it. Make sure that you check out our website, ptrradio.com, that you subscribe to the podcast, and that you check us out on social media at PTR Radio on most of the social media platforms out there. There is lots to see of the show. If you're interested in previous episodes, there's a ton of them out there that you can download and listen to as well. If you have recommendations for movies that you think we'd like to watch, especially if they're weird and obscure, you can go to our website and submit those. You can also leave us a voicemail message, which we will play during the next show. Right now, our next show is scheduled for March 10th. That's right, March 10th in 2 weeks. We will be back on for an hour. And if you're interested, March 28th, I will be hosting Trivia Night for the Tri-City Library in Buffalo, Illinois. So if you're interested, you can go to Tri-City Library on Facebook and see how to get tickets. So, I think that's all that I have for right now. You guys got anything coming up?
Nope. I got nothing.
All right. That 12-year-old still kicking your butt in the residency at the elementary school, Mike?
Oh, yeah, I'm done with it. I have come to find out so much more about why that happened and how it happened, and I'm like, yeah, okay, screw that, man. Screw all that noise. I'm done with that shit.
All right. Well, folks, we hope you've enjoyed the show. That's all that we got for today. My name's Shaggy.
I'm Colin.
I'm Mike the 8 Man.
Stick a fork in us, folks. We are done. Later.